cruising down the highway here in God's country, Texas. And we're going to make a surprise visit, and nobody knew this was coming.
Hi!
Hey, April.
I heard you were in Texas.
Yeah, I figured I'd better stop by.
Well, welcome to my shop.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I am here in Fort Worth, Texas with
April Wilkerson.
April. Everybody knows who you are, trust me. We were passing by. We're going to drop her a line and see what she was up to. So, hello April.
Hi Ron.
Let's get right to the questions.
Okay.
How long have you been doing this?
Well, let's see.
I feel like I'm putting you on the spot. So how long have you been doing this?
I am nervous. Well, I started my blog first, and I started doing projects myself in January of 2013. And then I started my blog where I did written tutorials, or do written tutorials, in February of 2013. And then I guess it was like around that December time frame, later that year, that I started doing YouTube videos. Although at that time I was only doing like summary builds and not actually build videos.
Okay. How many viewers should you have to worry about now?
Oh well.
Roughly.
Roughly, I think I'm around 18,000 now.
Guys, I'm at 300. Come on. Let's see. What was like one of your proudest products? Proudest achievement.
Achievement. That's kind of tough. You know, with me being so new at all this, I've kind of taken on a few projects that have been out of my league and a little bit over my skill set, but probably the glass waterfall. I grabbed a...
That is actually...
Oh, you saw it?
Yep.
Yeah, it was a piece of glass, the waterfall. Yeah, that was actually the longest time I took on a project. It took me 2 weeks to complete that from beginning to end, but I was so proud of it because I was thinking of, you know, how to design it to where the glass was being held up and the water was flowing over it evenly and the wood wasn't getting wet. Anyways, I was just really proud of that one because it was, I felt above my head, but I was just persistent.
You should be proud of it. It turned out pretty good.
Thank you.
Did you get a lot of feedback on that? Or?
I did. At that time it wasn't a build video, and of course they're not as popular, the kind of like summary build videos at the end. But, so not as many as like what I'm currently getting, but yeah, a lot of people were really supportive and positive over that.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Where did you get your first tool?
My first
How did you
tool.
get your first tool?
You know, it's quite funny. My husband actually gave me my first like kind of set. Whenever I got into woodworking, I borrowed his tools, and I didn't have anything of my own. And then once after about the second or third project, he saw the gleam in my eye and could tell that this wasn't just a passing fancy.
So it wasn't like objective to you taking his tools?
No.
Okay.
You know, out of the two of us, he has this whole mentality of whatever's mine is yours, so feel free. I have a saying that whatever is his is 50% mine, and whatever's mine is 100% mine.
My wife had that same theory.
Female attitude. But no, he's always so gracious, and so, yeah, he actually gave me this hammer. This is his old hammer, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's, he gave me that hammer, and now it's a treasure, and then he also bought me a circular saw and a pair of safety glasses.
You gotta have the glasses.
So that was like kind of like my first.
And don't forget
kit.
these safety glasses.
Safety glasses.
Let's see, what was the first thing you ever sold? Or have you sold?
Sold. I did. I have in the past. You know, it's not my objective to make and sell things. I like keeping things that I make. But whenever I first got into this, my husband was still a full-time college student, so we were living off one income. And in order to support my new hobby, I started making and selling growth chart rulers. For kids, you put a growth chart ruler on a wall, so mark their height instead of marking a wall, because then if you ever move, you can take it down and take it with you. So anyways, I made and sold about 100 of those in the year. So that bought my tools and carried on my hobby for like materials.
Okay, now let's move into something that I know some of the answers to, but we're gonna let everybody else know. Your biggest pet peeves.
Biggest pet peeve.
I think you know where I'm going with that, with people asking about, you know, being female
Yeah.
Who holds the big tools for you? You know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
No, being a girl in a male-dominated hobby definitely, it can be. I mean, I can be getting offended at every corner, but I don't know. I kind of have tough skin in the first place, but but people have been really gracious. I've been really almost like taken aback at how nice and accepting people have been, even though I am female. But
well,
yeah.
see, now even you say that, like, even though, you know, that's not a bad thing.
No, I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just
How about
against the norm.
Joanne from Home Time?
Yeah.
She makes a living doing it, and she does it on video.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it can't be done. It's just since it's going against the norm, sometimes there's just a little bit of resistance. And I don't know. I guess just whenever I started this, I expected a little bit more resistance. And really, people have been really open and friendly about it. So it's taken me back.
There's some of us that aren't that shallow, so I hope there's a lot of guys out there that are right now just eating pie. Crow, that is.
Eating crow. But no, my big pet peeve.
Humble pie, that's the word.
I think you know, being new into something is so. I think sometimes it can be really discouraging just because there's so much information to learn right off the bat. And one of my biggest pet peeves that I run into is when people talk down to me for not knowing something and trying to understand something or learn something. I mean,
sorry, no, I just had a visual. This is a hammer.
Yeah. So here you go, little girl. Let me show you.
Does it work for your finger? Wow. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
I could have used that line a few times.
There you go. Well, it's kind of a redundant question if you have any other hobbies, because how do you do it all? The woodworking and tools. And if you can see her shop, you can see there's all different tools here, not just woodworking.
Well, I'm really interested in being more of a DIYer and not just woodworking. Although woodworking is a huge majority of what I do, just because whenever I'm trying to improve my home or improve my shop, I mean, building things is just where you can save the most at. And so yeah, I want to eventually become more of just a raw DIYer. I don't want to have any limits set on me.
So next week, welding.
Yeah, welding is definitely on my next to-do list.
I can't say nothing. I can't weld. So let's see. If there was anyone you could meet, you knew this question was coming.
Yes.
If there was anyone you could meet, not Steve Ramsey, not Laney. Everybody says them. Laney, Steve. Sorry, you guys. You know. Who would be on your list?
That's a tough one. I can't pick one. Can I have two?
Go ahead, pick two.
Okay, I get two. Jimmy DiResta, I gotta say it. I mean, he is just flat out a badass. I mean, there's nothing that he can't do. And I love how I said I don't want any limits. Jimmy doesn't have any limits. It's metal, it's wood, you know, whatever you give him. If he sees it in his head and if it's something that he wants to make, he's gonna figure out a way to make it. And that's exactly where I want to be in like 5 to 10 years. So Jimmy DiResta, I definitely want to meet. Although I don't know if I could handle being in his shop. I'd be picking up everything and making them little cubbies.
All right, hey Jim.
Watch out if I ever come to New York.
Give me a call. I might be in New York. You can reply to that. And we just said two. Who was the other?
Two. Chip Foose. Outside of the YouTube world, I've always wanted to meet Chip Foose. I think he's a very genuine guy. I love watching his shows, and I love also he's so creative and also has no limits either. So he's also someone I would like to meet.
Really, Chip Foose.
Yeah.
Well, we have a surprise for you. Chip Foose is here. No, I'm just kidding. I wish. Let's see. So something about you that nobody knows. I think everybody knows she's married.
Yeah.
And happy, which is really a
you know, I get that
strange
sometimes.
combination.
People say, "So are you happily married?" It's like,
Are you married or are you happy? He's not even listening.
let's see. Okay, this something that I used to do before woodworking is I was actually a competitive baton twirler, and actually have I have state and national titles under my belt.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at me.
I am not like with the pom-poms. I actually, you know, I can twirl 3 batons and fire, and I did it competitively for like eight and a half years. So.
Okay, well, so thanks for showing me around the shop.
Thanks for stopping by.
Guys, here she is. It's April, one of the prettiest months of the year. Thanks for stopping by, and 10 in, 10 out. Talk to you next time.
Well, we're heading out of Texas now. What a great visit. April was really great. Well, we'll see you on the next journey. We'll see what happens.
Alright, a little bit of jostling around while we get this thing figured out. Alright.
I feel like I should be showing leg just so that everybody
You want to show your leg?
can shake me first.
Oh, you didn't shave them before you showed up?
No, I haven't worn a skirt in weeks.
Oh, dude. You're not living life.